Well, hello. I'm going to take a little wander to my local honey store. I say honey store, it's a local person who makes honey in my area, probably about 5 minutes away from my house. And I thought on the way, we'll do a little forage to see what food we can find along the way. I'm going to set a stopwatch on my other phone. Okay, yeah. And I'm going to start it now so we can actually see how far things are away from my house. Well, okay, here we are. Stop one, and we are 28 seconds in from my front door. So what we've got is, just there is a little Buddhist tree. You can see the Buddhist on there still. You can pick them, eat them straight as fruit as they are, make wine, jam, things like that out of them. Just here we have this purple tree. This is another plum tree. It's mainly decorative, but you do get plums off it, and they're known as cherry plums because they're a little bit bigger than the cherry itself. And well, they're round like a cherry as well. Okay, so we're stopped again. This time we're 50 seconds away, and that's including a little stop. Okay, there you go. Look, I just show you my stopwatch there, if you can see it. There, 50 seconds. Okay, and we have found blackberries. Okay, now this blackberry runs quite a long way through the hedge. There are also some rose hips just in the background there as well. This is something else that you can eat, okay, or use within cooking and eating. So I'm just starting the stopwatch again, and I'm going to carry on walking, and I will find something else. Well, here we are straight away. It's not ready yet, but that is a hazelnut we are looking at there, and you can get hazelnuts off that one when it is ready. Okay, so we're stopping yet again. We're now 1 minute and 11 seconds into the journey, and we have got hawthorn berries. You have to watch out for hawthorn berries, well, most berries actually, because their stones and pips sometimes contain cyanide. You have to do a little bit of research yourself on what ones these are and what ones are not. Obviously, the ones that I will know, I will warn you about. And then just on the other side are the remains of the elderberries. A little bit there, there's a couple of elderberries which are still juicy and plump there. And again, that is something else which you can eat and safe to eat. And as you can see on this tree, there is quite a few of them growing. And the last stop in this little area is the oak tree. Now, you can eat acorns, okay, they are extremely bitter, but you can soak them in water over a couple of days, changing the water daily, and they take the tannin out, which is what causes the bitterness. So I'll carry on and see what else is along the journey. To be fair, I did literally take about 5 seconds out of my way from the most direct route to where I'm going to find these ones. I suppose at this point, while I'm walking along and there's nothing really else to show you, I have passed some stinging nettle beds. Yes, you can eat stinging nettles. It's best if you eat them when they're younger. The more mature they are, the more the toxins would affect you. And I've also passed some more elderberries as well. I didn't bother stopping to show you them. But once you identify one of these trees and you know what it looks like and you get used to it, you start noticing them everywhere. Now, obviously, when you are foraging, when you are looking for fruits and stuff out in the wild and nuts, don't be greedy, okay? Those fruits and those nuts, not just there to feed you, they're there to feed the wildlife. And in turn, some of that wildlife can feed you as well. For instance, squirrels, if you want to go that route, if you're that desperate. Birds, pigeons, it's a wild bird a lot of people tend to eat, and you will find them around. As I'm talking about all this, I literally passed another blackberry bush just here, where you can see we've got some more ripe blackberries to eat. Now, some of these things can be poisonous, okay? Or, sorry about the wind in the earphones, I've just literally turned the corner. Don't know if you can hear this. Okay, here we have some red currants, okay? I would just like to take this moment to point out, always get an expert to check if you are new at this. Well, okay, I've got to the place which makes my local honey. I'm going to knock on the door and get some. So okay, here is our local honey. It costs £6, which ain't too bad as far as I'm concerned. So I'm walking a different route home to hopefully find some other stuff. It took me about 10 minutes to get to the honey shop, I suppose, if you want. Yeah, so a little 10-minute walk, found plenty of different foods to forage on the way. This is also a prime opportunity to start building up your local community. I wish the wind would stop, because, well, you'd hear me better and I wouldn't have to re-edit it all this, and it's annoying, but hey ho, it is what it is. We need the wind to pollinate stuff as well. So while you're walking around, yeah, and that's another thing, start walking more. You see a lot more stuff. I've just passed another plum tree, another cherry plum tree, so it's fantastic. But as you're walking around, you get to see people's front gardens, you get to see what they like to grow, how they like to grow things, and possibly you can knock on their door, start talking to them about their garden. It's a good opening. Yeah, if they've got lovely flowers in their garden, you can talk to them. The person who makes the honey, well, the bees make the honey, but the person who collects the honey from the beehives, the beekeeper, wasn't in, because I was hoping to have a little chat with him as well to add to this video. But, well, beggars can't be choosers, can they? So, yeah, you can see what they're growing. And if you pass some gardens, or just have like a nothingness, it's just a blank garden and just a little lawn in the front, well, maybe you can talk to those owners about putting in your vegetables in their garden, and you take your time to grow vegetables in there. They get half the vegetables. It's a win-win for both of you, especially if you have a small garden, or if you're in a flat or something where you only can have window boxes and houseplants. So the tree above me there is another acorn tree on my route, so that's kind of nice and fantastic. More acorns I can collect. You can dry acorns out and grind them down to make like a coffee, an acorn coffee. You can also make flour with them to a certain extent. Here is another cherry plum tree. I was talking about communities. Yeah, communities. You need a community. Yes, you don't want too many people around when the big crap hits the fan. But, well, you do want some people around who can help you. You can't know everything. You can't know it all. So other people who know their stuff can help you with the stuff you don't know. For instance, you might be a whiz in the garden, but you might not know how to stitch a wound. Now, there might be a nurse or a doctor who lives near you who could stitch you up, not a problem, with their eyes closed, but ain't got a clue how to grow a carrot. So it's a good way to make new friends. You can find people, talk to people, find out what they know, what their skill sets are, and you never know, you might find some of these people have the same mindset as you. Believe that something is coming, something is going to happen, and preparing for that disaster, be it big or small, is a good insurance policy, because that is basically what prepping is about. It's an insurance policy. Yeah. You can also see it as an investment. Things only ever go up. If you can buy a plot of land now, the price on that land's going to go up. If you can get 6 months worth of food prepped away now, stuck away over the next couple of weeks, months, well, in 5 years' time, when those cans of food may be coming to the end of their life, they could have doubled or tripled in price by then. So it's also an investment as well as an insurance policy. So I'm filming this, and it's the end of August. Literally, it's the second from last day of August, maybe the last day of August. Yeah, 31st, I think. And obviously, only certain things are out in fruit at the moment, ready to harvest. Now, there are other things to keep your eyes open for. For instance, sycamore trees. You can get syrup from sycamore trees. I would imagine a bit like maple syrup. Haven't ever done it, but we don't have much in the way of maples over here, but they are part of the same family. So using common logic and assumption, they'll probably give you similar amounts of sap when you tap them, which can then in turn be boiled down to similar amounts of syrup. And at some point, if the disaster is big enough, you won't be able to go to the shop to buy sugar, so you have to find new sugar sources, a bit like the honey I just bought. So here we are, back to the the Willis tree, which was the first tree I started at. All in all, probably about a 15 to 20 minute journey. And there were numerous oak trees I didn't film for you, and numerous elderflowers and elderberries I didn't film for you, because, well, you'd seen them. This is learning to identify it all. So until the next time, happy foraging, and remember, always find out with an expert if you are not sure. And what I mean by an expert is someone who forages a lot and is still alive, because that means they know not what to eat.